I decide to go search for Karma as soon as I am done with Mr. Broom. Or as soon as it is done with me. He should be sitting at the bar or at a table. I find him at the usual table, talking to Waltz, who has his hands on a box.
Why, if it isn't the princess. Lovely morning, isn't it?
It is the same as any other.
Nonsense. Every morning brings new opportunities, right, Waltz?
I guess so. Every day there's another chance for a good deed, princess. Right. Maybe coming to Karma was a bad idea.
You mean that you're going to put me to work?
Work?
Parfait added provisions for the tavern.
She asked us, but in the end, it will be me carrying everything.
You'd make a lady carry everything?
Karma suddenly stops, then whirls to look at me with wide eyes.
Oh!
I cannot say that I like that glimmer in his eyes.
How would you like to help Princess Lucette? I'm sure this would count as one of your good deeds.
I'm pretty sure that's not how this works.
Oh, Waltz, you're no fun.
Helping Karma carry things does not sound pleasant, but I'll go.
Truly? Oh my, Waltz, it seems I will not be requiring your assistance today.
Princess, are you sure?
Perhaps this might be considered good. Besides, I'll finally get to leave this place for the first time since I've been here. I am sure.
Okay, take good care of Princess Karma.
Of course.
For the rest of the day, Karma takes me to different shops around the town, reading off a long list and giving me the coins to buy things. I notice that the townspeople treat me nicely when the two of us are together. I do not understand why everyone likes Miss Karma so much, but maybe it is because they do not really know him. We stop in the middle of the town and sit at a small cafe on the outskirts to take a break. Miss Karma is still the picture of elegance. Why do you dress like a woman?
Darling, not so loud.
Why is this even a secret?
It's related to my curse. I mentioned that before, didn't I?
What was your curse again? Karma was one of the only people at the tavern who did not share what his curse was.
Is knowing my curse so important?
You know what my curse is, so tell me what yours is. You dragged me around town to help you carry your things.
But Princess, those weren't even my things.
They weren't mine either.
Okay, I will tell you, though it is very sad.
I do not think a curse is meant to be a happy thing.
I have the beauty curse. It is what forces people to fall in love with me every time they see my handsome face.
Is that really a curse? That does not seem awful at all. It's terrible. What?
Most people don't agree with me.
It does not make sense for a witch to cast a good curse on you.
I guess it doesn't, does it? Thank you, Princess Lucette.
Why is he thanking me? Still, it feels like I am missing something. Is that really the entirety of his curse? But don't people fall in love with you when you are a woman as well?
No, Princess. That love is admiration or appreciation, sometimes lust.
And when you're a man?
They swarm to me like moths to a light. It becomes suffocating.
Whom does it affect?
The curse only affects women. It is a condition of the curse that they be a woman and that I be a man. It's part of the fairy tale.
Which fairy tale?
Oh,
Karma suddenly stands up and points at a man selling red apple-like candies. He pulls me over, insisting that we try one. I try to bring up the subject of the curse again, but to no avail. Karma somehow manages to be distracted for the rest of the day and is able to effectively dodge my questions. Is Karma hiding something from me? Why would he? I thought pairing up meant helping each other break our curses. Does he not want to break his curse?
oh, thank you so much, Lucette. We were in need of these supplies. I supervised her well, didn't I? Of course, dear.
He did not do anything.
Princess, you wound me.
It's the truth.
But we had a nice talk.
You avoided half of my questions. Karma lets out an exasperated sigh that becomes a very forced yawn.
I'm going to go to bed. Today has been a tiring day. Please excuse me, darlings. Sleep well. Sleep well, Karma.
Karma walks away, leaving me alone with Parfait.
He's not so bad, you know.
I do not know why I agreed to work with him.
Give him a chance, Lucette.
I did not get a single good deed today.
It is not just the act, but about the intentions.
Did karma just use me then? I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Tonight I will rethink my partnership. I barely sleep that night. When I wake up the next day, my body is sore from carrying supplies around town yesterday. The more I think about karma, the more my anger boils inside of me. How could I have not gotten a good deed yesterday? I decide to find him first thing in the morning. I see him at his usual table, once again staring out the window. A dark aura seems to surround him, and I notice that no one is sitting with him today. Karma. He keeps staring outside, and his eyes are glassy. Karma.
Princess, good morning.
It is far from a good morning. I did not sleep at all last night.
What a shame.
His voice is surprisingly cold, his tone rather dismissive. I was too busy thinking about yesterday. You told me that helping you would maybe help me complete a good deed. I point at my necklace, which hasn't changed at all since I received it. Do you see? Not another piece.
You get the pieces added to your glass slipper? That's charming.
I was thinking that pairing up with you was a bad idea.
Princess, did you just say that you were paired up with me?
I did. You must have known.
Oh my. I assumed that you just wanted to help me. I didn't know you were pairing up with anyone.
That's right. I never told him directly I wanted to partner up. Should I have? Well, it does not matter what I say anymore, because I do not think you can help me.
Princess, I can help you do a good deed. You have to do them on your own. I can present you with opportunities, though.
Opportunities?
We start first by thawing that ice around your heart.
So even karma is calling me the Ice Princess. At least I speak my mind and don't pretend to be someone I'm not. And I do not promise things I cannot deliver either.
Princess, I do believe you misinterpreted my words yesterday.
That is not my fault.
Patience is a virtue. Now, if you could, I would like to have some time alone. I did not sleep well yesterday.
You didn't sleep well, oh dear. That makes all three of us.
I turn around and see Rumpel appear at the front door. He strides toward the table with a confident grin on his face, and then takes another seat. Karma lets out a sigh.
Foul man, what are you doing here?
You flirt with a man once and he hates you.
No, you flirt with a man and you insult him unnecessarily.
Oh, I thought that was all.
Something about the expression on Rumpel's face tells me that it's not true at all. Are they always going to be at each other's throats now? What are you doing here, Rumpel?
I couldn't help but overhear that you were looking for a partner, Princess. I thought I might offer my assistance, since I know that I can make you far happier than this fool over here.
Would you like me to hit you again?
What is the problem, sir? I only came to provide assistance where you could not.
Rumpel turns to me, grabs my hand, and winks at me.
What do you say, Princess? We could be wonderful partners, and in no time at all, I swear, I would have your heart aflutter.
Before I can slap his hand away, Karma slaps him instead. I cannot help the surprise on my face.
Would you like another slap? I'm in no mood for pleasantries today.
I don't know how I ever mistook you for a lady. You are the most brutish man here.
A slap for each cheek, darling. Would you like a third?
Rumpel stands abruptly from the table and glares at Karma. I can almost see electricity bouncing between the two of them as they stare over my head at each other. I see Jurien walking toward us with a stern look on her face.
I would never hurt a person unnecessary. I don't resort to violence.
My then, that gives me all the openings I need.
No matter how annoying Rumpel is, I don't think he deserves to be abused so much. Besides, Karma does not usually lash out like this. I move to stand in front of Rumple.
Princess.
This is pathetic, Karma. I know you're not in the mood for pleasantries, but that is no excuse to hurt Rumple.
Please, Princess, move.
You are acting like a petulant child.
Fine, you're right.
I wasn't expecting him to so easily admit to a mistake. I turned to Rumple. I was only standing up for you, Rumple, because Karma is annoying me. I looked down at my necklace, but there's no extra piece. So that wasn't a good deed either.
Alright, what's happening over there?
Jurien comes to stand in front of us, her expression stern.
Oh, nothing, my sweet. I was just showing myself out. Thank you, Princess Lucette.
Rumple leaves, and I am alone with Karma. He slumps back down into his chair. After making sure he won't do anything rash again, Jurien leaves us.
I'm sorry, Princess. It appears I really was being a child. Rumple is harmless, and there was no reason for me to act as uncivilized as I did. What would your father think?
Father?
Oh, it's nothing. But please, if you would, can you give me some time alone?
Fine. I leave Karma sitting there by himself and return to the front of the tavern, where Annice has more chores waiting for me. Today I have to work as a server, which is still better than working with Mr. Broom. The usual people are at the tavern, and I overhear conversations as I work. At one point, Garlan walks over to the bar, and Annice serves him a drink. He looks sullen, and I watch him curiously for a few moments. Then I notice that he's staring at Jurien, who is talking sternly to two drunken men continuously clacking their bottles together at the table.
If you make too much of scene here, you are going to bother the other customers.
But the same people are here all the time, eh? We're not bothering anyone, hun. Garlan looks so agitated. What's wrong with him?
I will not stand to have you call me that again.
Loosen up, woman. You may have been a knight at the palace before, but you got no such title now. Garlan stands up, and I can see silent anger in his eyes. A few people at the bar look up at him with worry.
I may have no title, but I still demand respect.
Garlan? Are you okay?
He looks back at us, almost like he's coming out of a trance.
I'm fine. Sorry about that, ladies.
He sits back down, glancing once more at Jurien as she continues speaking to the men. They glance at Garlan warily, their expressions more somber. Why was he acting that way? Garland's usually more composed.
Is something on your mind?
No. I brush all thoughts of what just transpired from my mind as I return to my work. Hours go by, and my body protests to all the leaning I have to do. Even though I had to carry a lot around town yesterday, it was nice to be out for a while. Maybe I am better off helping him just to avoid the chores in here. At least that stops me from being worked to the bone.
Oh, you're doing very well today.
I always perform like this.
But today, you're delivering everything really quickly.
Do you mean to say that I don't perform well on other days?
No, Princess. I only mean to say that today your performance is even better than normal.
Is that supposed to be a compliment? I walk away from Annice, who stares after me sadly. If she wanted to give me a compliment, she could have said something that wasn't so backhanded. As the tavern clears for the day, I finally have time to sit down and relax. As I am sitting there, Waltz pulls up a chair and sits in front of me.
Hello, Princess. I heard from Annice that you were excellent at your job today. Congratulations on improving. Princess?
So you're mocking me now too?
Princess, I think you're taking things too seriously. The intention of a compliment is to, compliment someone. We're not making fun of you.
You're implying that I am not normally as good as this.
We never said you weren't good at this. Only that you were better today. Let me give you an example. I put on puppet shows for kids. Sometimes the children come to me and say that the show was even better than usual.
So the children are telling you that your shows aren't normally satisfactory.
Not at all. The children always smile, regardless of whether they really like the show. So long as you're trying your best, that's all that matters. The people in the bar are always smiling when you deliver food to them, aren't they?
No. No one likes me here.
Maybe if you smiled, they would smile back.
I am not going to smile for any of them. I do not owe them anything.
You don't need to owe anyone a smile,
Any smile that isn't owed is fake.
Princess.
I'm leaving, Waltz. I want some time to myself. I walk upstairs to my bedroom, pointedly ignoring the look of sadness on Waltz's face. I have been sleeplessly laying on my bed for hours. Sometimes I hear the sounds of people walking through the hallway. Who would be up at this time of night? I need to leave and get some fresh air. It is eerily quiet at night. I stop when I hear faint sounds coming from outside. What is that? Well, I did say I needed some fresh air. No point in backing out now. I walk to the front door.
Princess?
I turn and see Delora looking at me with amusement flickering in her eyes.
Princess, what are you doing?
Getting some fresh air.
It's dangerous out at night, you know.
You can't just keep me inside like some caged bird.
I didn't say you had to stay inside. I said it was dangerous. You might need to get your ears checked.
Then there won't be any problem with me going out right now.
Princess, you only hear what you want to hear. You can't go outside without an escort.
I am not going to go far. Before Delora can stop me, I walk out the front door and head in the direction of the sounds.
You must be the most disobedient princess I've ever met.
And you must be the most annoying witch. Delora lets out an undignified snort as she catches up to me.
Fine then. We'll go on this little night stroll together.
Delora and I eventually find ourselves in the forest. Those sounds. Sounds like metal against metal.
Well, I guess with you being partners with Karma, you would find out eventually.
Excuse me? I get the answer to my question when we walk through the trees and come into a clearing. I finally see where the sounds are coming from. Two men stand in the clearing, swords clashing. One of the men is Garlan, who is poised with a sword. It takes me a moment to realize that the other is Karma, who isn't in a dress. So it was he who was with Waltz that night? Neither he nor Garlan noticed this at first.
Princess, you're staring.
Of course I am. What is all of this?
A practice session. Karma is a very talented swordsman and he practices at night with either Jurien or Garlan, depending on who's not on patrol.
Karma can use a sword that well? The king told me once that only knights could have such skill. Just who is Karma?
Oh, if it isn't the princess.
His voice is nothing like the feminine voice I always hear from him. Karma actually sounds like a man. I notice him looking at me in between his strikes with a little smile. How does he remain so composed and steady with the distraction?
Princess?
Karma quickly finds an opening in Garland's hesitant stance, and then pins him to the ground with his sword, still smiling.
To be distracted is to die, Garlan.
No,
The ability to see distractions and then put them in the back of your mind is one every knight should hone. You must know everything that is happening around you, but only deal with the pertinent thing.
yeah,
Karma straightens, sword in hand. Moments later, Garland stumbles to his feet and gives an obedient bow. Karma nods at him before sheathing his sword. A slow melancholy begins to creep into my heart. For some reason, seeing the sword practice makes me nostalgic, though I'm not sure why. What are you practicing for?
knowing the sword is the same as knowing the shield. It means to protect.
To protect? I think I remember having this kind of conversation with them before. I can never figure out how to counter an opponent when they're mere inches from my face.
My commander called it the enemy's kiss, a standoff where your eyes lock onto your opponents because of the proximity.
The best way of that is to feint the sword in the opposite direction. It throws your opponent off because they're not looking.
Oh, that makes sense. But the enemy's kiss? What a name.
It seems so dramatic for a sword move, doesn't it?
Swordplay is dramatic, though, isn't it? Isn't the most effective swordplay not meant to be flashy? Princess, I didn't notice you there.
Good morning, princess. Well, the most effective swordplay cannot be predicted.
The commander is robust.
And quick.
Sometimes swordplay can look like dancing, though, which is why some think that professionals are flashy. That seems unnecessary.
Everyone has their own methods, their own skills. All of us knights fight for different reasons as well.
Isn't it to protect all of us in the palace?
Well, yes, but we protect everyone in the castle for different reasons, princess.
The knights protect for different reasons. I turn to Karma. But Karma, you're not a knight.
No, I am most definitely not. But since Garlan and Jurien begged me to teach them, I have somehow become their mentor.
There's no way Garlan and Jurien would do that. After all, the both of them were the best knights in Angielle before they were stripped of their titles.
Karma actually speaks the truth. Jurien and I did have to get down on our knees and beg him to instruct us.
What? Is Karma really so talented?
So you're finally impressed with me. What do you think, princess? I am the picture of elegance in this outfit, aren't I? You know I don't know why you and Rumple fight so often. You really are very similar. Don't compare me to him, fool. He has no class.
Just because you come from different backgrounds doesn't mean he has less class.
So the reason you were so tired today is because you do these practices at night?
Oh, I suppose I've been caught red-handed.
Why does this have to be a secret? Does it have to do with Karma's curse? But he is not in his disguise now. We could have been working on breaking our curses today, but no, you decided that staying up late into the night and practicing was more important. That was probably why you were grumpy this morning.
Well, our protection is vital, don't you think?
Garlan, you were at the palace. How is it that Karma possesses more skill with the sword than you?
Princess!
Karma is special, princess. He's more talented with the sword than a lot of the other people.
I do pride myself on being a splendid instructor. But never fear, princess. I will help you dispel your curse. After all, you did just suggest that we were still partners.
Can he really help me with my curse? But how will he do that just by presenting opportunities?
We'll try again tomorrow, darling. But for now, Garlan and I have more work to do. This time, Garlan, do not lose focus.
Yes, sir.
The sound of swords carries through the night air, and for a long while, I stand with Delora watching the two men fight. Karma chides Garlan often, telling him that his concentration is waning. Karma's a good swordsman, perhaps even better than the palace knights. His nimble swordplay repeats again and again in my head, even when I return to the tavern for the night.
Lucette, I've told you before that the knights are an unruly bunch.
But Mother, they're so much fun to watch.
They're dangerous, Lucette. Any person with a sword has the potential to use it on you.
But Father says those knights are supposed to protect me.
That they are, as that is their order. But as people they may not be so good, Lucette.
Not so good?
The king has told you that the knights are meant to use swords to protect you, but you cannot trust them completely.
Even though Father said they would keep me safe?
Sometimes the people we trust are the most deceitful, and a man with a sword has a weapon to use against you. No matter what he says, be wary that he can turn on you. Haven't I told you before that you should not trust people?
The knights are...
Even knights can be treacherous, Lucette. Do not trust a man with a sword. He can be dangerous.
Yes, Mother. I understand.
Try to understand, my sweet. I only want you to be safe.
Yes, I understand.